Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome on back to Anime's Arcade. It is Sunday night during the month, or it's Saturday night, excuse me. It is Saturday night during the month of Mario Madness. And I do apologize. We skipped on last week. Bunch of friends wanted to hang out, and I wanted to hang out with my friends, so we did a hangout instead. But it's Saturday night.
It's me, Mario.
And it's time for some new Soup Speedruns. Yo, what's up, Chris Banana? Hope you're doing well. And as you can see, as promised, I do have a bowl of new soup. I have not run out of new soup, and I hope to not run out until the end of March Madness, so I can keep having new soup before I do my speedruns. Now, I do have to say, I've been trying to practice this game, and I'm not gonna lie, I think out of all five games in the NSMB series, this one's probably the most brutal one to speedrun, because there's, like, the very beginning of the game relies heavily on RNG, and it's just like, it's so hard to get a run going that I'm like satisfied with, and then losing that power up just sucks. So it's a lot of work. You're doing well. You've just been vibing all day. Heck yeah, that's always a nice Saturday to have. All right, there we go. New soup all finished. For those who are wondering, there was supposed to be a bingo match scheduled tonight. Unfortunately, one of our competitors thought that the match was tomorrow and was away from Discord, so was not able to see the pings or the notifications. I'm currently in contact with one of the racers for the reschedules. I'm hoping to hear back from the other one for the reschedule as well. But barring that, though, you know, we got some new soup to speedrun. We got some new soup, so let's get the show on the road. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Luigi.
Let's go. Let's get the soup. Let's get that soup. Soup, 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 soup. Ah, yes. You can, in fact, run as Luigi. You don't have to run as Mario, which I think is wonderful. Gotta give my green man the limelight. Probably my favorite of the two Mario brothers is Luigi. Ah, the boy. You know, I actually tried. I tried so hard with Yodi. We tried so hard to get a custom Zale model into this game. Unfortunately, we just haven't been able to get it to work. And yeah, I've probably mentioned this before, but yeah, we just have not been able to get it to work. It's a little unfortunate, but that's okay. We'll get it to work someday. We'll find the right people. 3, 2, 1, go.
Luigi.
We'll find the right people, hopefully, because the model looks wonderful. Like, Yodi did such a good job. It's a great model. We can't reliably get it into the game for some reason. So, we'll do it eventually. We'll do it someday, I'm sure. One day I'll find a good furry modder for DS games, and then we'll be set. Whoops. Turn up the volume on the actual DS itself. That's unfortunate, but it's fine. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-do-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-ba-ba. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm sure I've already mentioned it before, but like the overworld theme for NSMB, best theme. I love the theme. the overworld theme for New Super Mario Bros.
Luigi.
RNG not in our favor. Unfortunate. Gonna have to go to the Toad House. But, like, it's just such a good overworld theme. They did an amazing job. Ah. Ah! Ah! Alright. Or not. Or not, I guess. Why do 2D Mario games have to be so brutal? 3, 2, 1, go.
Luigi.
Almost missed that A press. Nice. Ba 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 da do. Ba ba
What?
ba. Boop 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 boop. Guys, you know, I actually do need to say this too. I mentioned it the other day, but I need to mention it today as well. I am going to be out of town next weekend. I'm going to be in Michigan. I'm going to go to a convention, and I'm going to go see some of my good friends, and we're going to hang out. If you are an amazing person, if you are an arcade member, and you live in Michigan, and you want to maybe, potentially, meet up, just let me know.
Yay for me, Luigi.
Just let me know. But yeah, while I will not be here next weekend, I will, however,
Luigi.
I will have a bunch of VODs uploading to the VOD channel on YouTube while I'm gone at basically the same times I would have gone live, plus a couple of other bonus videos that I decided to upload on a couple of days that I don't normally stream. I also have a couple of VODs going up on those days too. So yeah. Dang it. Wish those jumps would be a little better. Yoink. There you go. Ba-da-da-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. All right. Please hit the blue shell. Please. Please, 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 please. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking for. Please hit the blue shell. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. I was late. I was late on the jump. Where is it? Nope, that's a reset. Dang. And that is the brutality of this game. You have to get that shell. 3, 2, 1, go.
Luigi.
You have to get that shell, unfortunately. If you want to warp to World 5, you must have that shell.
Huh?
It's just how it goes.
What?
Actually, I said it in Discord. If I were to, like, if you wanted to get into a 2D Mario game to speedrun, like, I'd recommend the NSMB series, and then in order of difficulty, I'd probably go New Super Mario Bros. 2, New Super Luigi U, New Super Mario Bros. U, and then New Super Wii, and then this one. Either that or, I mean, you could almost interchangeably do New Super Mario Bros. Wii or this one. I would say both of them are, like, actually probably equally as hard. They're just, you have to get a power-up. You have to get a power-up at the very beginning and keep it with you through almost the entire game. For both the Wii version and this version. And while technically, yes, you could. 3, 2, 1, go.
Luigi.
Like, technically, yes, you do have to do that for New Super Luigi U and New Super Mario Bros. U, but
Huh?
the deluxe edition allows you to use Nabbit, and Nabbit doesn't take damage. And even if you do take damage while wearing the, as somebody who isn't a Nabbit, you can still pick up the glide suit. Whereas this game, you almost exclusively get the shell through the red boxes or the Hammerhead Bros or the Toad Houses. So, and like, again, as I said, you have to get the shell, like, immediately. So, like, yeah, I would definitely say Wii U and Luigi U are a lot easier to get into the speedrun because it's not as punishing. Yo, we got the triple jump, and I was, like, barely paying attention. Nice. Let's go. Excuse me. RNG. We got RNG. Okay, let's hit RNG check number 2. We got the RNG check number 1. How about RNG check number 2? Nope. Well, all right. Toad House it is. Ah. Almost died. Nice. Boink. Nice. Yeah, so we failed 2 RNG check, or we got the first RNG check, but we failed the second one, unfortunately. Fire flower instead of a blue shell. Toad House, please. Toad House, please. Come on, brain. You got this. You used to be so good at getting what you wanted every single time. And now you struggle. You struggle with getting what you want. Which is unfortunate. Got it. Alright, we're good. Let's go. We're actually at the World 1 Castle now. We did it. For once. Let's go! Alright. Ah, it's so hard to get that immediate jump. I've gotten it like maybe once during practice. I don't think I've gotten it more times than that. Maybe twice. Oh my god! Thank you. 1, 2. Oh, dude. No, 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 no. Thank you. Okay. This is what you need the shell for. Oh, sorry, not this room. Next room. This room. There we go. Oh, didn't get the speed movement. That's okay. But yeah, that's what you need the shell for. So, you don't get the shell. You don't get past the tower. It's a little unfortunate. It's a little unfortunate. But that's just how it is. That's just how it is. But oh yeah, let's go. Shell time. Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. 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 Finally. a decent version of this level. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Nice. Good.
Luigi.
Go, Luigi. My boy. Luigi, my boy. Ba. Do-do-do-do-do-do. 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 Oh, dude. Oh my gosh, wait. That's like actually the fastest I've ever done this level. Straight up. That's probably the fastest I've ever done that level. Let's go, dude.
Luigi.
That is super nice. That is super nice. Tube time. Tube, 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 tube. Yep.
Luigi.
And here's the thing about the shell also, is it just makes all of these levels so much easier. Like, so not only do you need to get out of the level, but it literally also just makes the rest of these levels so much easier. Like, look at that. Wow. Wow.
Luigi.
Don't even have to think about it. Just jump in the right places. Crazy.
Luigi.
Boop boop doop da 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 ba. Nice. Yeah. There we go. Nice. Good. 3. Bonk. Bonk. Out of the way, pumpkin heads. Ah ha ha ha. That's fair enough. Cats seem to like typing and stepping on keyboards. Don't know what it is with cats and keyboards. It's a very good question, you know? Ah! I was wondering if that was actually gonna work. But yeah, cats seem to really like stepping on keyboards. All right, time to get into World 8. That's right, this is the first half of the speedrun. Get to World 8. Ah, come on, why? The edge of the cannon. The edge of the cannon, okay. Sure.
Luigi.
Oh, and again, the shell makes this level so much easier. There's a lot happening with all these birds. Just trying to take up the screen. Make you take some damage. I went to press the jump button.
Luigi.
And I missed. I don't know how I missed. But I did. I think I just pushed it like way too late. Oh, not that one. This one.
Luigi.
Oops. All right. Come on. Come on, game. Bleh. This is a pumpkin man. There's a little pumpkin man right there. I did not. What? Wait, what was that? What? I couldn't stop my speed for some reason. Dude. Literally stop dying to that single pumpkin, dude. Just stop. Wow. I did it. Thank you. I tried to duck, but I didn't duck fast enough, I guess. Ah! Just let me through! Thank you. Let me out of here. There we go. Oh, come on!
Luigi.
Really? Fireworks? Really? Bruh. Maybe you need some milk, maybe. Maybe. I don't remember which level this is, so that's why. Ah, no, okay, I remembered. Nice. I was okay swimming. Could have been better. Okay, grab this. Thank you. Good. Okay. No, you don't. You're not allowed. Dude, no shot. Why didn't he stay at the wall like he should have? Garbage. Alright, we're still through though. That's fine. I will take that for now. Yo, we get a box? I guess the question though is, can we get that box before it goes away? My answer is, oh, it's just a 1-up. Boo. Alright, well, we're not gonna be able to get that mushroom, so we're just gonna have to go this way. Nope. Wasn't fast enough on that. Give me that. Thank you. Ah, this is a really slow tower. This is really slow. Unfortunate. Ah, no. Okay, we're good. That sucks a lot. Ah, come on, dude. Hammerhead, bro. Okay, I'm looking. I'm gonna die, but I'm looking. Oh, yeah, that's unfair. Yep. Excellent. Well, I tried. Time to try again. 3, 2, 1, go.
Luigi.
Nice.
Huh?
Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. I will look at that later. That's great. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Actually, I'll just look at it right now.
Luigi.
Oh, man, I left off the letter Y. I meant to say hey, and I just said he instead. What a goof. What a goof I am. That's slow.
Yay for me, Luigi.
Well, we didn't get the RNG for that, unfortunately. Once again, we will need the shell from the Toad House. Ah. Ah. Nice. Ooh, there we go. Hey, that's the longest star run I've gotten on that level. Don't know how much that actually helps. You know, when you have the shell, it wouldn't matter, but we don't have the shell, so.
Yay for me, Luigi.
So why do you call these runs new soup? Okay, so here's why. Last year when I was already sometime I couldn't tell you the exact time. Got it. Let's go. I couldn't tell you the exact time, but last year somebody posted something on YouTube. They made a cute little artsy rendition. So for the Nintendo Wii, when you put a game in and you clicked on the game, it would play like a little bit of music. And then, to, you know, like, be the game for whatever game it was. So, for Mario, it did this thing where, like, it played a little bit of music. It was like, da, 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 ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. New Super Mario Brothers! Wee-hee! So, it would do that. So, somebody, I don't know who they are, somebody took that little intro from the Wii menu and made a graphic, and it, the title for it was, or the words along with the post were cooking up. The words were cooking up something good, and it was Mario throwing ingredients into a pot in time with that song. The ba 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 da ba ba da ba, and instead of saying New Super Mario Brothers, he cut it off so it said New Soup! Like, just like that. And then it had Mario, like, taking a bite of the soup. And then after he took the soup, it just went... But I just thought it was just the funniest thing. It was the dumbest, funniest thing that I'd seen in a while. And it tickled my fancy so much that I just started referring to the series as New Soup. And, if you check the Twitter post that I made going live, I had I took a screenshot from the little video of Mario like tasting the soup, and I asked Spunky if she could draw me like that. And it's just it's amazing. It's amazing. So all the runs are called New Soup, and then I have SpaghettiOs.
Here we go.
I have Super Mario SpaghettiOs. So before every stream of New Super Mario Speedruns this month, I've been eating a bowl of new soup. I've been eating a bowl of new soup before every stream, and I make sure to like show the bowl on stream to show you that I am actually eating new soup. And it's just, I love it. It's very dumb, it's very silly, and I love it a lot. Of course. I know a lot of people call the new Super Mario Bros. Games new soup. That's great. I'm glad that's a thing, because it's very silly. And we got that beautiful animatic. Dude, fireworks, come on! No! I don't need fireworks twice in one stage. Not stage. I don't know. Whatever. Twice in one run. Terrible. But yeah, so new soup speedrunning. That's where it came from. The drawing is wonderful. If y'all haven't seen it on my Twitter, you should go see it. So it's a lovely piece of artwork. Do 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 do. I'm fine. Somehow. Nice. Ba-da-da-da-da. Heck yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
Luigi.
Aw, baby. Should probably, like, hydrate in a moment. But yeah, I just knew soup is just, it's such a good joke. I love it. Like, just because of that animation, I love it. It's so silly. Ba 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 ba. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Okay, we're good. I almost got fireworks again. I looked at the timer this time. I looked at the timer this time because I was like, this is taking a lot longer than it really should. Good thing I looked because we almost got fireworks again. Boink. Get this. Get that. Come on. Thank you. No. Come on. There we go. Oops. Ah, yes. Nice. Nice. Good. Yo, Gamer, thank you for the good luck. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. I'm sorry, what? What? What?
Huh. Well, my credit card won't work for a subscription. So have this instead, D.
Wes, what the heck? Thank you so much for the 500 biddies. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Oh, there's the jump I was trying to do earlier. D. Thank you, Wes. Thank you. Yes. I don't know if I found the one you're talking about, but I am looking. That's probably the one. It's like I just posted it I posted it with my Go Life message. So it should be like right there. Yeah. Wes, thank you for the 500 biddies!
Here we go.
I love it. That's definitely not a notification that I've seen in a while. It's a very good animation as well. It's made by, I believe, Bar Ray. You can find them either... Like, you can find their name. I have them down below in my About section. And then I also have a command, bitsubs, I believe. Or it's just bits? No, yeah, I think it's bitsubs. Either way. That'll also give you a link to the person who made those animations for me. That sucks.
Go, Ouija.
That is very unfortunate. What am I playing on? I am playing on a modified 3DS. And by that, I mean I have a capture card installed on a 3DS. So I'm playing on live hardware. Dang it. I'll pull it up in a second once I hit this flag. Fireworks again! Come on! Why? Stop giving me fireworks! So yeah, you're just looking at a live feed from my 3DS. Yeah, it definitely cost a pretty penny, but it's totally been worth it. For all the games that I've been streaming that are DS, and all the games in the future that I'm planning to stream that are also DS. Found a video of it, and it says it's from a TikToker called the Laser Beam Guy, so I'm seeing if it's true. Nice. I don't know. I just remember that I saw the original post on Twitter, and if you look in my Discord... I think you can search for cooking up something good, and it should pop up. Because, again, that's what it was. Ah, that's the flavor text in the tweet. But, yeah, it's a great video. It's very, very silly. Very, very well made. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Yeah. Get in there! You heckin' goobala. Ah! You've been planning on speedrunning NSMB, but I was planning on just playing on the Wii U VC. I mean, yeah. Definitely works. Definitely a viable option. I find this one specifically, I find this one much more brutal than the other ones in the series. Like, just honestly. It really sucks when the shell just disappears on you. You should buy it before the eShop dies, that's true. I gotta go get, shoot, I need to go get a Wii VC. Not Wii U. I gotta get a Wii VC version of, SM64. I also have to re-download Dolphin. I forgot it. I didn't reinstall it on this hard drive. I had it on my previous hard drive when my hard drive decided to just absolutely break on me. But not on this one. Not on my new hard drive. Dude, are you kidding? Come on. Huh? 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 Oh my god, dude, you're kidding. All I wanted to do was hit that. Give me that. I know that loses time, but like, now I have it at least. Just have to look, just to have it and look into playing it. Here's the funny thing. 64DS was actually my first ever experience with SM64. I had never had an N64 growing up. Like, a friend did, but he had, like, Mario Kart. I don't think he had SM64. So the first time I ever played SM64 was the DS port. And I remember really enjoying it. Plus, there's, like, a killer sound. There's a killer version of the Bowser's like Final Road. Oh, I jumped too late. I jumped really late. Not Bowser's Final Road, but like the Road to Bowser, that music. There's a killer remix that I have on one of my MP3 players. Should be hearing it potentially in the finals bingo match, hopefully. Dude, Sunshine DS would have actually been kind of cool too. I'm just actually no, I have you know what? I have 5 lives. I think I can make it. I think I can make it to the castle. Famous last words. You bet. That's right. There's not one up here. All right. Time to spam the A and B button. Oh, interesting, Chris. Ah! That is pretty neat. I know for a fact the first time that I officially played Super Mario 64 was on like an emulator, either in elementary school or high school. I couldn't tell you which one, but one of the two. I know that's my first actual playthrough of 64. Couldn't get the wall kick, dang. Probably shouldn't have gone for it.
Yay for me, Luigi.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, that's entirely possible. If you were like super young, to the point where like you don't remember, it's entirely possible that maybe you did.
Luigi.
But you know, memories are like really weird when you're like younger than 4. And I say that because I know I have a vivid memory of doing something when I was 4. Like, specifically 4. Nothing before that, though. One part of me is like, oh yeah, didn't you, like, walk into the house when you were, like, didn't your parents bring you into the house when you were born? And I'm like, brain, how could you possibly remember that? But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting thought. Yo, what up, Xander? Hope you're... Oh, that was a mistake. I should have kept going. My day's been alright. Not too bad. Work was pretty chill. Now we're here. We do, unfortunately, have to once again postpone today's bingo match. Should be tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Should be tomorrow night. I gotta talk to the commentators again, see if they're able to do tomorrow night, same time as tonight. Yoink. Just gonna... There we go. Thank you. Why did you have to postpone it? One of the racers, they thought it was tomorrow. And they were busy, so they didn't see the pings in Discord. And you know, that happens. I get it. It do happen. Life is silly sometimes. It was sometime before I was 6, but I don't remember most of my life. That's fair, yeah. Memory is really interesting when it comes to, like, young ages. Oh, wait, I didn't need to hit that one. Whoops. Ah! My face. Actually, no, that was the one I meant to hit. I just don't trust myself with that movement. Dum ba 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 da, ba 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 ba. Oh, I'm in the fake castle. I don't need the I don't need the fire flower. Hello, Dry Bowser. One of the coolest versions of Bowser ever made. Yo, good RNG. That was also good RNG. He didn't throw the bone. Wow, okay. Good. Good. Yeah, Dry Bowser. Cool guy. Cool kid. Great design. True. Dry plus Dead Bowser. The both. Thank you for the good luck. I appreciate it. Big push. Come on, Luigi. Let's go. Let's go, Luigi. Bonk. Bonk. Oh, dude, I pushed the jump button. I pushed the jump button. Ah! Thanks, game. It's fine. We're just gonna do this. Grab that. Grab that for backup. Ah, gimme. Thanks. Oh my god, I forgot. Okay, that was my fault. I forgot when you let go of the control stick, your acceleration drops immediately to 0, which is super weird. Yo, what's up, Trow? Hope you're doing well. Thank you. I don't know why the acceleration drops to 0. It's like actually kind of annoying. Ugh. Here's the thing about triple jumping. That's fine. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm overthinking a lot of things right now. I'm thinking about, since you skipped the back half of the world, you would have never dropped Bowser in the lava. That's true, yeah. Dude! How? 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 We have hit fireworks in like 5 stages now. Come on. I attempted a 70 run after school yesterday and you died in wet dry roll. Dang. That's unfortunate. It's definitely like a little more difficult to die in wet dry worlds. That kind of sucks. Rest in peace. Tube, hey, get in. Thanks. Heckin' goose. Oh, I missed that jump. Nice. Yep. Yeah, please, thanks. All right. I'm out. I'm gone. I'm out of here. I'm gone. Nice. Up. Aw, man. If that hammerhead bro could, like, move away from me, that'd be pretty radical. Ah, dang it. Nope. Nope. Okay. I got stunned by the large hammer bro. Bonk! Shell! Shell City! Okay. Nice. I'm out. Okay, I do have to, like, not be in the shell. Like this. Bonk. Yeah. Get wrecked, nerds. Ah, come here. Yeah. I I guess the star doesn't really mean much when you're in the shell, because I'm not seeing a speed increase! I very much agree with you, Game Nerd. The blue shell is, like, absolutely one of my most favorite power-ups. Big agree with you on that one. Also, I wish the tiny mushroom was more useful, too, because that's also one of my favorites. And, like, yeah, you can get it in a new Super U, but, like, it's completely useless. Like, yes, there are some optional sections that you can use the tiny mushroom for, but no section that, like, requires you to have the tiny shroom. No, come on! Dude! Ugh. Please. Come on. This game is hard. Ah! Give me the star. I'm out. I'm out. Hello, puppy. Hi, puppy. Hello, Amy. Amy, not right now. You're so cute. But not right now, kid. Like, the tiny shroom has way more use in the original game, like this one. But in, like, New Super Wii, you, like, never need it. Like, yeah, you can have it. I don't even remember if it's even used to get to, like, optional levels. Oh, hi, puppy, 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 puppy. Hi. Nice. I'm just gonna grab that to have a power-up. Bye, bomb boys. Dude, I ducked. Don't give me that. I definitely ducked. Ah. Oh, I don't have any. Oh. Okay. Well. Oh, that's such... Okay, I didn't save. Nice. I thought I saved after the castle. I didn't. Yeah, no, yeah. New Soup U, it's just like barely used, and it's really unfortunate because I really do like the power up. I think it's really interesting and unique. 3, 2, 1, go. Should have kept the rung. I tried. No, I actually have a time on this game. And I do have the ability to PB. I almost PB'd 2 weeks ago, so I know I can do it. Bum 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 bum. Blah, 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 blah. Almost forgot to hydrate. Ba. Ba ba. Do 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 do. I was looking too far ahead. I was looking too far ahead. 3, 2, 1, go. Oops. Ba da 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 da. Bup 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 bup. I know I played all of the New Soup games, and I remember the least about New Soup DS, but for some reason I love it the most. 100%. 100%. This is, like, probably my most favorite because it was my first New Soup game, and I played the absolute garbage out of it. I 100%ed the game, and I loved every second of it. And like the overworld theme is just so powerful. It's so good. It's one of the best overworld themes in the Mario series, period. I love it so much.
Yeah, for me, Luigi.
And I never played anything in the middle. I didn't play New Super Wii because I never had a Wii. I did buy New Super Mario Bros. 2 on the 3DS. And I love that one too. Honestly, like that one is also really good. Yes! We got both RNG checks. Let's go. Nice. But yeah, this game is just good. It's a very good game. NSMB 2 is overhated. Here's the thing. I never knew anybody actually hated it because, like, it's good. It's genuinely good. Like, I 100%ed that game too. I played the heck out of it. Like, oh, dude, they announced it, and I'm like, instant purchase? Hello? Yes? Yes? And then I eventually bought New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. I bought it when it was on sale, and then I 100%ed that game too. They're just good. These games are just great. They are very good games. I love the New Super Mario Bros. Series. That's the only reason I was like ready to speedrun any sort of 2D Mario game, is specifically because New Super Mario Bros. Is goated. They did such a good job with the series. It's so good. Ah. The only one you don't like is you? Actually, you know, I was like skeptical about you at first when it first came out. But like after I played it on the Switch, I was like, all right, this is good. I enjoy it. It's so fascinating how out of all the new Super Mario games, the Wii U one is the longest speedrun. It's the weirdest thing. Yeah, dude, New Soup 2 is just, it's a classic. I mean, dude, you can unlock Kitsune Luigi? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Use an orbital, there's something about it. I think what it is it's something that I noticed about you. You has, like, the least amount of levels per world, I feel. Like 100%. And then yeah, honestly, like if I were to recommend, I said it before in the stream, but I'll definitely say it again. If I were to like recommend any of these to speedrun out of the New Soup series, or you know, just 2D Mario games in general, in order, New Soup 2. Of course. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen as soon as I got out of shell form in the snow. No. Yeah, the challenges are really cool. But yeah, if I were to recommend these games in order of like speedrun, it'd be New Super Mario Bros. 2, New Super Luigi, New Super Mario Wii U, New Super Mario Wii, New Super Mario DS. Like, honestly, Wii and DS are both probably as equally challenging as far as the speedrun goes. Oh, yes! We got the shell back. We got the shell back. This is a very good RNG run. Thank you. Mario RNG. Thank you. I can never time that safely. Maybe instead of jumping, I should do what I did the last run that actually made it this far, which is just let him kind of fly off the edge there. It seemed to be really good. Ha! I did it! Yo! There we go. All right, second fastest. Bah.
Yeah, for me, Luigi.
Boom. But yeah, the challenges are pretty cool. I did like the challenges as well.
Luigi.
I can't remember if I, like, completed them all or if I, like, did a bunch of them. And then I was like, okay, I gotta move on to another game before finishing them all. I'm not actually sure. Ba ba da 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 da. Da-da-da-da. Unfortunate. Do-do-do-do. Gotta watch the timer so I don't get fireworks now. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Nice. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba.
Luigi.
Alright. Nice, nice. Yo, red shell. Or red box. Sorry, buddy. It'll just move to another level. It's fine. I don't need it. Oh, I missed the jump. Ah! Yoink. Ah! I find it interesting that New Soup U and 2 are the newest if we don't count Luigi U, but they are easy to speedrun, but the older 2 New Soups... Yeah, isn't that wild? I think that's crazy. Like, I actually grinded the heck out of New Super Mario 2 off stream because I was like, oh god, I gotta worry about the P meter. Oh god. Turns out, easier. It's a lot easier than it looked. A lot easier than it looked. This is the one that I should have been grinding. Nice. Bup, 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 bup. Yeah, I thought that really interesting as well.
Luigi.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
Here we go.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. I forgot the letters P and M.
Luigi.
There you go. Okay, please, please, please do the jumping that we've been practicing, brain. That's all I want. I have practiced this specific level so many times. Boink. Thank you. Like, literally, how hard was that? It wasn't. So much easier. Okay. So much easier. Man. All right, let's do this. Nice, nice. Oh, I was so close. Almost got the shell jump. Almost. Almost got it. Nice, nice. Good. Nice. I would like, there's a way to do that without hitting the blocks to keep them over there, but I haven't been able to do that yet.
For me, Luigi.
So I'd much rather just hit them with the blocks, keep them trapped. Much rather keep them trapped. Yo, look at that hammer, bro. We're gonna skip that guy. Ha! We don't need him. Unless I goof up pretty hard. Alright, that's actually fine. Not concerned too much about that. Because, like, the very next level, we don't need the shell anymore anyway. Nice. I'll take it. I'll take it. Good. No. Well, so much for that. Dang it. Alright, that's fine. Boink. No! Of course. Nice, nice. Not nice. Unfortunate. That's okay. Smack. Oh, dude, how'd I miss? I missed. You can bounce on him again while he's down there, but I, like, just missed him. Bonk. I hit him on his toes that time.
Luigi.
Oh, well. It's a couple seconds. It's fine. I've gotten that jump on Bowser Jr. literally, like 90%. 90% of the time in practice. So, that's unfortunate that I've missed it twice today. I guess I just jumped a little too late. Spam A and B. Grab this just in case. Focus on the swimming. Yep. Sorry, I just get like super zoned in on the swimming in this stage. Alright, cool. Hey, I got it! Nice! I did it that time. Bup.
Luigi.
Does it save an amount of time that I should actually care about? Not. No. No, it doesn't. It saves a teeny increment of time that I, like, really should not be worrying about. Do that. Nice. I hit him late. That's fine. Hit it now. Oops. Give me a star. Yoink. Dude, no shot! No way, I just missed it by a hair. That was my own fault once again. But dang, no way, dude. Unfortunate. Give it a start. Listen here, you little monster spider. If you could just... Why do they do that? These platforms are hella mean. You gotta spawn both of them in at the same time if you want to actually have a good cycle. That sucks. That... That's fine, I guess. It's pretty rude. Whatever. Yeah! Freaking platforms. Man. Whatever. We got 5 lives, I guess. We'll have to save after this castle. I think I meant to, but then I was like, nah, I'll be fine. And clearly I wasn't. Ah, ow. Just gonna grab that while I'm here. Please give me good RNG. Do not throw the bone, Bowser. That would suck, buddy. Well, he didn't throw the bone. I just happened to run into him anyway. That's fine.
Yay for me, Luigi.
Bowser Jr. is such a little gremlin in this game. He's very well designed in this game as well, I must say. Pew, 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 pew. Save. There we go. All right, we're doing pretty solid. From what I can tell, we're doing A-okay. Give me that. Bounce. Safe, safe plays. Nice. I'll take that. That's fine. That's basically why I took it. Bounce, bounce, bounce. That is the play. For me, at least. Probably. I don't remember the strats. Not gonna lie, I have forgotten most of the post World 8 strats. Or late World 8 strats. But it's fine. It's okay. Jump, jump, jump. Shell time. Not shell, I meant tube. Of course, yep, that's on brand. It's very on brand for me. Hello, lava. Nice of you to stop by. Okay. I'm good with this. Nice. Okay. Little sketchy.
Here we go.
Little sketchy, but we're good. We're fine. We are A-okay. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba. Okay. Couple more. Then a tower. And the final. Good. Let's hold it together. Okay. I mean, you know, I'm not going to complain about that. That was pretty neat. See, here's the thing. Here's a really cool thing about the last level. Is that last area is incredibly reminiscent of 8-4 from the original Mario Bros. Where you did have to run across the correct portions of the level, otherwise you would be stuck in a loop and you wouldn't be able to move on. So that's like a direct reference to the original game, and I actually really love that. I think it's dope.
Yeah, for me, Luigi.
Oh, I'm sorry, you were talking about the previous level. Yes, you're correct. Also, yeah, it definitely feels like a Mario Bros reference. I'm so sorry, yeah. You are correct. Mario Bros is a separate game from Super Mario Bros, for those of you who don't know. Mario Bros was an arcade game and was actually the first game that Mario and Luigi appeared in. Though at that time, of course, Luigi was just a reskin. I was going to take damage anyway. There was no way to avoid that. That sucks. You know what? I don't care. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I've got the lives to make up for that. It's A-okay. And Mario Bros is, it's also basically a mini game in Super Mario Bros. 3, or if you had any of the Game Boy Advance Super Mario games, they always included Mario Bros. As the other, like, playable game. Classic example of Nintendo's names that never causes any confusion. True. So true. Yeah, but that was a mistake on my end about reading last level as in literally the last level, and I somehow misplaced the word that for that last level, but I'm just silly like that, I guess. All right, auto scroller level. Cool. Literally no way to actually save time on this. Unless there's like some super hardcore insane strat that I don't remember from the world record. Good old snake blocks. Very satisfying sound, by the way. They definitely make a very satisfying sound. Yo! Coco Pebble! Hello, Coco Pebble! Merry Christmas. Oh my goodness. Crimbus already. Wow, wow, wow. Hello, everybody from Coco Pebble Stream. How are you? Hope you're doing well. I am in the middle of a new Soup Mario speedrun. But my name is Anime. This is my arcade. You have caught me in the middle of Mario Madness, where I play nothing but Super Mario games. But once we're back in our regularly scheduled programming, we've got a Pokemon White 0 EXP challenge, Super Mario 64 CCC-less speedrun, very tricky, Kingdom Hearts series on Sundays, and then I don't know what I'm doing Tuesdays yet. I'm so close to the Super Smash Bros. Melee speedruns that I might be doing that, because we are really close to that sub goal. Christmas never ends? You know what? That's fair, Coco. That's fair. But hello, welcome in, Naoki Star, Ball of Floof, Coco Pebble. Hope you are all doing amazing. I will give you a shout out as soon as I am able. How was stream? Did you do games or did you do arts? What was on the agenda today? Oh, I almost died. I almost died again. Oh boy. There's no mushroom for me to level up with. Uh-oh. That's fine. Just go like this. Throw me your shell, mister. Boink. Oh, I missed him. I almost died. Shouldn't have gone for that. Drawing some doodles for some good beans? Heck yeah. Love to hear that. Aw, yeah.
Luigi.
Okay, so Coco, I'm trying to remember. Was it that you were super close to affiliate? Or was it something else? What was it? I'm trying to remember. We got affiliate? Yeah, let's go. You should all go follow Coco Pebble. Coco Pebble is a sweet bean and also draws very cute arts. Would recommend. I have also met Coco in person. They are very sweet. So I'm not just talking out of my booty. Do 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 do. Ba ba da da. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 da ba da ba ba ba. All right, so as long as I don't poop the bed, I could probably get a PB out of this. Met in an elevator? That's true. We did meet in an elevator. All right, Mr. Womp. Ah, well, I wanted to keep the mushroom, but it's okay. Do 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 do. Bum bum. Ba 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 da 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 da. Da 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 da. Pop that open, go to the right. Pop on up and switch your fight. Don't worry about it at all. Go right through the thwomp and into the hall. You'll look at thwomps in this game. They're very good. They are very good. All right, here we go. Classic Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers reference time. Let's go. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I forgot. That's the one you have to jump on. The first one you can just run through, but that one you have to jump. All right, get ready. Get ready. Get ready, folks. Sub 30? Potentially? I'm ready. Potentially. Oh, nope, not anymore. I goofed. Now it's too late. It's too late. Sadness. Can't believe I screwed up the jump. I didn't jinx it. I played poorly. Couldn't remember how to do the jump, I guess. Yoink! Just kidding. Oh, so close! So close to the sub 30.
Yay for me, Luigi.
Da 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 da. Ba da ba 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 ba. That is a PB though. Nice. Like that's like a 4-minute PB, I think. Let me just double check.
Okie dokie.
Let's check this out. Oh yeah, let's go, dude. That is definitely a 4-minute PB. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is good. This is good. Just to think, we could actually get sub 32. Heck yeah. And that wasn't even the cleanest run, I'm gonna be honest. That was like... There's some pretty big messes in there. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. This would technically put me in 160th place, so that's cool, I guess. Neat. You found the OG new Soup tweet? Yeah. Yeah, it's a good tweet. Bum 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 bum. So the quickest way to get back to the main menu is to do this and absolutely destroy the setup. So don't mind what the screen is going to do. It's going to look ridiculous. Don't mind that. I'm just going to spam the A button so we hop right back into the game. Nice. There we go. Oh, no, yeah. My favorite thing about Mario, this Mario 2, is you can go like this. And it says bye-bye. And then when you open it back up,
It's me, Mario.
it's so good. It's so good. Oh, I screwed up. Hold on. I forgot to hit the right buttons. Oh, I didn't mean to power off. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I powered off the 3DS. Hang on. No worries, Coco. Hey, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Hey, Dark Wolf Bite. Have some food and rest. Those are very important things. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Maybe. It's a good question. I should pick that up. I do want to pick it up so I can have it again. There we go. That's what I wanted. Now we're good. Ah, excellent. Erase. File 3. Yep. All right, it is 9:30 my time. Let's see if we can get that sub 30. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Luigi.
Yeah. You try that, but you no longer have a DS or 3DS, but you do have Mario 64 DS? Yes. Hold on to that little treasure. Don't let it go. Don't be like me, who decided to sell games a long time ago and
What?
deeply regretted it later. All right, let's get some of those good RNG rolls, shall we?
Luigi.
Yeah, no, that's good. I've definitely traded in games before, and that I didn't regret. But like at one point I sold a bunch of games in my collection because I was like, oh, I can save up for college by getting like a bunch of store credit. So if a new game comes out that I want, I can I can use my store credit and not my money. Yeah, nope. Bad decision. The only thing that it ended up helping out with was I accidentally ran over my Switch like the next week. So hey, at least it mostly covered a brand new Switch. Oops. 3, 2, 1, go.
Luigi.
But yeah. So I'm very, very slowly trying to get a good chunk of my collection back, and I've gotten some things.
What?
Woo! Okay. I'd love to get Twilight Princess again. I think the cheapest I could find it on eBay, though, was like $70. And I have 2 local retro stores, but they're both selling them for $140. And, like, that's just a joke. That is a joke. I'm not spending that much. on a game that's how many years old now? Bonk. Bub up. Bub up. But yeah, no, it was a joke. It was an absolute joke, an absolute little laugh. Even I hate scalpers with a passion. Scalpers are absolutely awful. Yeah, ever since the retro market got screwed up, we did not get the RNG roll, unfortunate. But yeah, ever since the retro market got messed up a few years ago, it's just never been fixed. It's really unfortunate. Bro. Got it. Yeah, another long star run, okay. We just gotta get the blue shell in the Toad House and we'll be fine. Blue shell. Blue shells are coming my way. It's gonna be a wonderful day. What a day. No, that's absolutely fair, Chris. I also have an incredibly large backlog of games. I've been bound and determined this year to not buy any new games until I'm cleared through my backlog. And so far, I've been holding pretty true to my word. I did end up buying a bunch of games the other week, but for two reasons. One of my friends got me like a $45 Nintendo eShop card for my birthday. So I bought Tunic because of course I did. Because I didn't have it yet, and it looks amazing, and I've had my eye on it for a while. And then I found out that games on the eShop were insanely cheap. So I bought all of the Phoenix Wright games with some leftovers from the money that my friend gave me. And then Shovel Knight Treasure Trove, like all of Treasure Trove, all of them were only like $5 on the eShop, less than that even. And it's like, yeah, I've been wanting to pick that game up. I would have picked it up on the Switch, but if I can get the entire set of the game for less than $5 on the 3DS, yeah. So I figured I'd just pick that up for super cheap before the eShop closed. But other than that, I've been really good about not buying any more games after the last new games that I bought. So far, discounting the fact that the eShop's closing, like, I've been doing really good. I've been doing really good at not buying new games. I'm very impressed with my self-control. Ba-da-da-da-da. Alright, let's not mess this up like last time, shall we? Ba-ba. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-do. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-do. I gotta see how they do that jump. Oh my gosh, how did that not hit me? Oh, I literally don't know how that didn't hit me. Wow. Dude, come on, no! No! Fireworks! Ah! Whatever, it's only 5 of them, I guess. Ah! And I'm already here, so the screen doesn't have to pan too far. That's true. You gotta look into more, I'd say probably look into more indie games. There's a lot of really good indie games that have been ported to the Switch or have come out on the Switch and are much cheaper than AAA titles. Lots of really good ones on there. Plus, there's a lot more sales and things. But yeah, the $80 I believe hasn't been since like hasn't been until this year or maybe the end of last year. I don't remember. But yeah. Oh, unless you're talking about like CAD, it might be 80 CAD. Probably. That is true. Yeah. All right, CAD. All right, I was correct. I sometimes know my currency. Dang, that sucks. Yeah. But yeah, definitely would like there are some good indie games out there that cost less than that for sure. And a good chunk of them that I would probably recommend as well. Nice, good jumping. Pretty radical, pretty good, pretty nice, pretty acceptable. Good. Good. Ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba. Hello? Why were you pulling to the right there? Please do not do that. That was weird and unacceptable behavior. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. I really shouldn't do those jumps. They don't actually help me with anything. Oh, god dang it, dude. Why did I think that was a good idea? Why no splits, by the way? Just because it's such a short game. Like, you may or may not have, missed it, but like my last run, my last PB, it was, 30 minutes. So it's just like, it's a short game. So it's like, you know, I don't really want to have I don't feel like having splits. I will have splits. I will have, like, some more individual splits once we have, the new Super Mario Bros. Series. Once you do that speed run, I will have splits for that. But, for now, eh. I've been wanting to play a lot of games, like some older Nintendo games, Five Nights at Freddy's games, but the old Nintendo games I want to play, I don't have an easy way to get, and the first FNAF game is not working right on my PC. Emulation. Do it. But be safe about it. FNAF. I have all the FNAF games on Steam, and then I also have FNAF VR. Oh no, that's not true. I don't have Security Breach. Like, unless it's added to like the Mega Pack, I don't have Security Breach. But besides Security Breach, I actually have like every game in the series. I bought the bundle back when Five Nights at Freddy's 4 came out, and then I guess they just added Sister Location to it, so that was cool. I tried to slide when I wasn't on a hill. Smart. Smart. How close? I bet I was pretty close to the checkpoint. Dang. Couldn't remember where the checkpoint was. Anyway. Yoink. And damage right where I took it last time. Good. That's always great. Thanks, game. Ay! If y'all could stop torturing me, that would be amazing. Thank you. Yoink. Please. Please run. There we go. All right, that's gonna have to do. That's gonna have to do.
Yay for me!
It'll have to do.
Luigi!
Mash, 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 mash. You know, I can't win with this dude. I cannot win with this dude. Most of FNAF games on Steam, but not SB. But I have SB on PS5. But when I try to play FNAF 1 from Steam, it glitches and has no noise till I plug in my wired Xbox controller with my headsets. That's, weird. Can you guys leave me alone? Thanks. Oh my god. I screwed up. These guys suck, dude. Dang, yeah, that's so weird. That is super unfortunate. I think the first time I ever booted up the first Five Nights at Freddy's, I actually made it to the 4th night without a jump scare. I was very impressed at myself. Ah! Dude. Ha! Get wrecked, nerd. Got it. It also does something with Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. That sounds like a computer issue.
Yay for me! Luigi!
And also potentially an options issue with the game. It's gonna be one of the two. But I understand why the Complete Saga does. No. Nah, it doesn't make sense at all. People are like actively speedrunning the Complete Saga with their audio just fine. Like, I mean, yeah, the game's like, you know, 2006, 2007, 2008, whatever. Oh my god, dude. Times are. But nah, it doesn't make sense. That's either a computer issue, like a hardware issue or something, or it's a software issue with the games themselves. Could you please just get up there? Lovely. Lovely. Thank you. Okay, that's my own fault. That's fine. Weird. Of course. Give me that. Thank you. But yeah, even then, like, Five Nights at Freddy's came out in, if I remember correctly, like 2013. So that Five Nights at Freddy's is 10 years old, y'all. How does that make you feel? I think that's an interesting thought. Okay, so I jumped too early that time. That's good to know. There is a, like, I doubt it's frame perfect, but there's definitely a frame there.
Yay for me! Luigi!
Ah, that was so bad. That was so bad, though. Man, that was such a bad tower. Could have been so much better. Could have been so much better.
Luigi!
Excuse me. Red box. Yoink. Alright, that'll do, I guess. Ah, get in there. Mash A and B. I was really close to the fish. I just feel like when I get into this level, I am intently focusing. Like, really hardcore focus mode. It's kind of funny. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Me, Luigi.
All right.
Luigi.
We are small. We are small Luigi. Not anymore. Now we are Super Luigi. And now we're small Luigi. Nice. Good stuff. Oh! I wanted to slow down.
Luigi.
I wanted to slow down and I just did not react the right way with my controls. There we go. Give me that. Thank you. Wow, that barely made it. Wow.
Yay for me, Luigi.
Yeah, that's a good question. I know I know my laptop in general is actually still pretty decent about like certain games.
Luigi.
I know Halo Infinite does not work. It does not work on my laptop. I have tried it. It definitely does not work. Give me that. Thank you. Yoink. Do do. Ba ba da 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 da. Do 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 da 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 da. This run still feels pretty good. It still feels pretty decent. Huh! Got it. Yeah.
Yay for me, Luigi.
Do-do-do-dum. I'm shocked that I haven't run into Dry Bowser throwing a bone at me yet. Very surprised that that has not happened. Yeah, I think that'd be really good. Are you kidding? Wow. Fireworks without getting fireworks. Yeah, for sure. If you think you'd be able to afford yourself a like somewhat of a newer PC for gaming, go for it. Ho 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 ho. Ah, fiddlesticks. Yeah, of course. Shell, shell, shell. Let's go. Get that triple Koopa. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-ba-ba. We're still tiny Luigi, but that's okay. Or sorry, we're not tiny Luigi, we're small Luigi. Tiny Luigi is if you used a tiny shroom. So just small Luigi. Slap me up. Pop, pop, pop.
Here we go.
Nice. Give me that. Yeah, small Ouija. Just a little guy. Please. Please, brain. That's not the direction I want to go. But I can go like this. Okay. Oops. That's fine. I actually somehow managed to stay mushroom out of there. So that's cool. Why does the snake block stage have to be basically unskippable? I'm pretty sure there are like no skips in the snake block area. Come on. Get out of here. There we go. Yep. Okay, that's fine. Just give me that. Oh, God. Please. Dude, no! How did my jump not go high enough? Bro. That block. That block, though. Man. I want the shroom. Bonk. Give me that. Alright, sure. I guess that will do. Huh. I guess I don't have to do the wall kicks to get up here. That's good to know. The Gump Jod said small jump for you. Yeah. Very on brand for Mario. That would have been an interesting death. That would have 100% been my own fault. But I am not dead, so we are good. Dude, why the long movement? I didn't need to see that. I didn't need to see that. Give me that. Keep running. Bonk. Cool. Okay. Alright, good. Crap. It's fine. It's no longer fine. Unless it's fine. Oh, it's fine. Okay. We're good. Nice. Could have been worse. Could have been better. Better, obviously more preferred. Switch closed captioning, put see that as C-Bat. Nice. Nice. Yo, who doesn't want to see a good C-Bat? Oh, hi, brain. Thanks. Whew. That was close. Actually, no, there is. There's like one strat to go faster, and I think you need the fire flower. You can run across these spikes, and then wall jump up here, get the check mark, die, I think. Probably not die, but like you just go so fast that snake blocks respawn or something. That might be what it is. I think it's like C blocks respawn or whatever. It's really interesting. I'd have to watch it again, though. It's been a hot minute since I've seen this level in a much faster speedrun than my own. Which, of course, is most of them. No, dude, give me that. Thanks. Oh my god, dude! Make up your mind! Go a direction! Go any direction! Definitely not Wes. I probably should be playing with the D-pad and not the circle pad, but like, I don't know. The circle pad's more comfy. The best time is in a speedrun for this game. I had the leaderboard up like moments ago. Give me a second, I'll pull it back up. It's really quick. It's like 24 or 25 minutes. It's insanely quick. Works for me. Any percent? Yeah. 22 minutes. 22 minutes, 14 seconds. Ah, as Wes puts it in the chat. Perfect. Good timing. Yeah, it's a pretty wild speedrun to look at. Perfect RNG. Great jump off of Bowser Jr. at the end, which I cannot seem to nail for some reason, even though I definitely got it in practice last night. Ah! I made it. I'm fine. I almost forgot that boulder was there. By almost, I mean, yeah. Yes, I did. World record was only 3 months ago. Yeah, isn't that wild? Get this. Get this. The last new Super Mario Bros. Wii run I did, that same day, a new world record was approved.
Yay for me, Luigi.
Hardware. Okay, let's not screw this up again, shall we? Oh, no, yeah, this run's really bad. I don't think we can PB this. Doubt it. Absolutely doubt it. I'll try. I'll try, but I don't know. Strong doubt. Do, 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 do. Damage was expected, of course. That sucks. Da, 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 da. I just want the mushroom to be safe, dude. Oh, dude, I didn't even get a chance to jump there. That sucks. It's fine. But, like, Luigi just completely slid off the edge before he even got a chance to jump. He just slid. It's unfortunate. Oh, yeah, PB. See, there you go. PB's gone. It's okay. Yeah, we had a really messy speed run. I will get that as soon as I can look.
Hiya, folks! It's your pal, Mickey! I'm here to tell you something that's really important. The Mario Brothers.
I just ran onto the spikes.
The Mario Brothers are now going to have a brand new movie this April 5th. Haha! Isn't that wonderful? No more having to worry about the weird live-action film. Nintendo went all out with a team of animators.
For Mickey? Nah, I just continued. Because, like, what about the Mario Brothers, you know? Yeah, sure, he's going to talk about it, but what is he going to say? I wanted to see if I could jump under the thwomp. The answer was no. I always forget. I'm very excited for the Mario movie as well. I'm gonna go with a bunch of friends opening day, 7 p.m. after work to go see it. Your impression is just too good. Thank you, Wes. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's I love messing around with my voice. It's one of my favorite things to do. Oh my god. I almost just died right there, my god. I'm super stoked for the movie. I'm so excited to see it. It's like 2 weeks. 2 weeks, y'all. 2 weeks and the Mario Bros. Movie is in theaters. How incredible is that? It's very, very cool. Come here, you. Ba-ba-da-da-da, ba-ba-da-da. Bum 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 bum. Da 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 da. Ba ba. Oh, I forgot I'm supposed to jump there. It's fine. I thought I'd be fine for some reason. Not sure why. Do 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 da da ba 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 da 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 ba 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 da da. Can we beat the old PB? Strong emphasis on no. We still gotta go through classic Mario. Bidoo. Jump. 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 Except I really should stop getting stuck there. Jump. 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 Man. Ha! Jump man. Alright, can I get the Bowser Jr. strat? Can I get it? Let's find out. I missed. I overshot. Let's try again. Let's try again. Boink. If Nintendo remade Super Mario Bros. DS, it would be called New Super Mario Bros. New Super Mario Bros. DS Deluxe. Maybe. Maybe. I doubt it. I'm sure it'd just be New Super Mario Bros. Deluxe, like they did with New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. But still, it's a fun thought. All right, come on. Let's get this. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this so you guys can see it. Or reset. One of the two. Like, obviously PB's already dead. Now I'm just going to finish the run, but... Hello. If you could jump next time, that would be great. Oh, I didn't realize I was like 2 pixels. 2 pixels behind the boss fight. Alright, come on, come on, come on, come on. Interesting. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. You can actually be too close to Bowser. Weird. I've done it. That's why we're gonna do it. Because it's literally the best way to defeat Bowser is through this method, so... we gotta do it. We gotta do it. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe came out in 2019. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. This game was like 2004, 2006? I think it's like 2006. Kind of wild. Oh, I hesitated. I hesitated with my jump. All right. So we either get it or we reset. I mean, we're going to reset anyway, but like, you know, we either go out in glory or we just die. The OG New Super U came out in 2012. Really? That's actually really fascinating. Wild. Ah, yeah. Ugh. Come on. God. Okay. Buppa. Alright, anyway, doesn't matter. I'm gonna hydrate really quick. Ba-ba-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da. All right, now I'm gonna go pee. BRB?
Luigi.
Haha. I was muted. So I took my hoodie off because I'm feeling pretty toasty. But anyway, what the strat is there for Bowser Jr. is you jump, and then right before you hit him, you turn around so that you bounce backwards and give yourself just enough momentum to hop over Bowser and hit the switch. And I've done it in practice like 3 times now. So it'd be nice to hit it in a run.
Luigi.
Bye. Didn't want to get fireworks again.
Yay for me.
But yeah, it came out 2 years before the first Five Nights at Freddy's. That's wild. Interesting. Dang it, we did not pass the RNG check. Unfortunate. Do-do do 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 do. Nice. Nice. All right. That's the best we can hope for when we don't get the RNG check. That will be 10 next year.
Luigi.
Nice. It's wild. It's wild to think about. Like, I'm not even a person who's, like, super big into horror games, but Five Nights at Freddy's just stood out to me. I blame Markiplier entirely. And game theory, but mostly Markiplier. Got it. Let's go. Out the door. Yo. Can we get another good RNG check? Ah, please, dude. Nope. Not good RNG check. But that's okay. Alright, we good. Is it weird that I never heard of Markiplier till a few months ago? No, that's fair. If you aren't big in like the YouTube scene, like 2013, I was just like heavily into YouTube. So Markiplier, Good Mythical Morning, Jacksepticeye, like I watched them like regularly. Almost every day I would watch a new video from them. Oh! I looked away. My brain farted. Brain fart, brain fart, brain fart. PewDiePie? Sometimes. Sometimes I watch PewDiePie, but not much. Like, I rarely ever actually watched PewDiePie. Now I don't watch much YouTube at all. And if I do, it's usually Beefy Smash dudes. I've been a fan of horror games, but I fell in love with FNAF. Yeah. FNAF is wild. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. I definitely still very much enjoy Funtime Foxy. It's probably my favorite animatronic. I will give you 3 guesses why. If you want, you don't have to guess, but yeah. Funtime Foxy is probably my favorite, and then followed by Lolbit, because Lolbit's just a reskin. Get in the hole! Get in there! Get in the pipe. Thank you. That was a lot of unnecessarily wasted time that did not need to happen. Thank you, Circle Pad. Should have hit down on the D-pad. Oh well. You found out about it from your cousins before Markiplier? Nice. I found out about it from one of my friends who, like, we were hanging out at his house. And I was there just basically like, yo, did you ever watch was it like, hey, did you see this, like, new game? And I was just like, no, I have not. And then we just, like, kind of sat there and binged it for a bit. And I'm like, oh, I like this series now. I'm just like, oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Hi. Ba-da-da-da-da. Do-do-do-do-do-do. So with that being said, Wes, since you do now know of Markiplier, would highly recommend In Space with Markiplier. Very, very much big recommend. Make sure you watch it on PC, because it's a very selection, choose your own adventure oriented. He also won an Emmy, or if he didn't win the Emmy, he was at least nominated for an Emmy. Specifically for In Space with Markiplier. Yeah, no, would recommend. Genuinely would recommend. It was a great watch. Really good video. He's actually making a movie right now, interestingly enough. Like a movie. Again, not that there's anything wrong with the choose your own stuffs that he did, because honestly, he did those really well. But yeah, right now he's like actually working on a movie, which is also honestly kind of cool. When I talk to a lot of the FNAF fans or play the games often, but I still have love for it since I love the songs. Yo, yeah. The Living Tombstone songs are super good. They are super good. I love them. I think the only one that I'm not like the biggest fan of is the one for like, and I really don't know why either, but like the song, I think it's for FNAF 2. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Just because of how different it is from the first one, Die in a Fire, I Got No Time. Could you just hit the thing? Thanks. And I Can't Fix You. Gosh, I Can't Fix You is so good. Living Tombstone, good music. Very good music. Oh, if you like FNAF music, I would recommend CKC9 Chaotic Canine Culture, or CK9C, or whatever. Would recommend. They have a lot of really good FNAF fan songs. CK9C Chaotic Canine Culture. Yeah, would recommend their stuff. They've even got a song for Tattletale. And that one's actually also quite the banger. I found out about them. I went to Further Confusion this year, and there was something on the guide on one of the days that was just like, oh yeah, Nerdcore. And I'm like, yo, Nerdcore? I don't know what kind of Nerdcore or what it's about, but I'm going to check it out. I'm curious. And I had a great time. Yo, 9:30 into World 8. Okay, that's pretty dope. Almost died again, baby, yeah. I just don't trust myself with some of those jumps, you know? Boink. Nice. There we go. That's what I love to see. I used to just like the FNAF 2 song. It's been so long. Yeah. Yeah, you can't hide. Yeah. I literally found out about CK9C this year, and I'm just like, ooh, these are some bangers. But yeah, it's been so long, just has like such a different vibe to it. I Got No Time. I used to like not really care too much about I Got No Time as well. But then, like, that one also grew on me. I think my favorite FNAF song, though, one of my favorite ones, is somebody from the Bandcamp 8-Bit Everything. I think that was their name. I don't remember anymore because I haven't been to their page in so long. But they had a like electro house remix of Die in a Fire in 8-bit, and it is one of the coolest jams. It is so fun. Nice. Nice. Okay. Those are like some actually pretty decent swims. I'll take it. I will take it, in fact. We're looking okay. We still lost a lot of time in that one tower from that really dumb death, but barring that, we're still looking okay. We're still looking fine for the moment. Yoink. Jump. 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 Wow, I don't know how I made that. I freaking am annoyed by that. But that's okay, I guess. Boink. Oh. That was a really dumb decision. Give me that. Thank you. Yeah, first, for some reason, I didn't like I Got No Time. Like, I honestly couldn't even tell you why, but, like, yeah, that one grew on me. And I'm like, okay, actually, I do like this one. Got him.
Yay for me, Luigi.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay, that saved us a lot of time. Let's go.
Luigi.
Nice, 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 nice. Rapid fire A plus B. I was up I Got No Time since I heard it. I think one of the reasons because it has a bit of the FNAF 1 song in it. That's true, it does. Frick. Alright, we're just gonna do all the damage boosting. Get ready. Here we go. Oh, wait. No, I'm supposed to damage boost here, not there. Oh, well. That's fine. We're just gonna grab the mushroom then. That was silly of me. Yo, what good timing. The mushroom actually got to bounce up from the music. But yeah, I like the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's. I like the fan music for Five Nights at Freddy's. And I love the characters. I love the character design for most of the models. Nah, there's no reason for you to feel weird. Like, the Living Tombstone is an absolute, like, he's a great artist. He knows how to make bangers. Like, if you ever listen to No Mercy, also by the Living Tombstone, it's an Overwatch song. It's hilarious. I love it. Yeah, he just knows how to make good music. Oh my god, my stick. Oh my gosh. There better be like a way to oil this stick or something, because this time it like actually stuck. I probably just need to be like not push down on it.
Luigi.
Probably just need to not push down on it and it'll be fine. I'm big Mario. I'm big Luigi now, so I don't have to get the power up until after this. They also did a remake. Oh, you're right. Yeah, I think they might have. Dude, that's not fair. That's so lame. That's like actually just so lame. Dude, didn't let me stop. We're fine. Blah. Blah. An alternate version. They did something. I don't remember what, but yes, they did do something. I'm pretty sure I remember that. Give me that star, you little boogaloo. Ah, thank you. Okay, I figured I was gonna miss that jump. And I definitely did.
Yay for me, Luigi.
Dude, I'm gonna like accidentally rip off this circle pad. I'm gonna feel really bad. That would make sense. That would make sense if it came out the same day Overwatch 2 came out. That's really funny, actually. That makes a lot of sense if it did. Give me that. Thanks. I'm okay. Alright, and then you could like do a run slide into that, but I'm not that good, so we're not going to. Dude! I was barely not high enough. Thanks, game. Thanks. Barely not high enough. I'm glad they fixed the ropes. The ropes in this game are, like, absolutely not the best compared to ropes in NSMB 2. Wes. This triple jump. Nice. Yo, Mario Golf? Which one? The classic?
Yay for me, Luigi.
Do. 64, let's go. Now that I own a console, I'm getting back into speedruns. Yo, let's go! I do remember you trying the mini golf speedruns. I remember that. I remember. Oh, that looked really funny. Luigi's taking damage like flat on his back. That was really funny. Koopa. Koopa! Okay, that fireball, like, was a bad idea. And it definitely screwed me up. Whoops. I think I'm just pressing too hard on the circle pad. That, it sounds like something I would do. 100% sounds like something I would do. Pushing down just a little too hard on the button. Yeah! Though in this case, it's the control stick. Which doesn't even need to be pushed down on, but that's just what's happening. Nice. Didn't take damage for once. Good. Ooh, actually hit the corner that time. Nice. Oh, you know what? I bet I could, like, bounce off the Koopa, get a wall jump or something. That was cool looking. Please, can I just, like, play the game? I thought about going to the right, but I thought about it way too late. Way too late. Definitely lost time to that. Shouldn't have gone for it. Do-do, do-do, do-do. Man. Come on, gamers. Go, Ouija. Just gonna grab this really quick. Boink. Knock that dude out of his... Yoink. Aye. Oh, that was a poor decision on my end. Of course. Boink. Dude, drop. Thank you. Nice. Now I kind of hope they do a new version of the FNAF song or a medley. Yo, that'd be dope if they did a medley. 100%. That was weird. All right. Last two more. Nope. Last normal stage. World 8-8. One of the harder ones with the lava falling from everywhere. Let's do this. Nice. Oh, God. Can I not? Can you not? Like, please, can you stop doing that? Please stop. That's all I'm asking. Is it my own fault? Absolutely. 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 It was my own fault. Just like that was. I was trying to avoid the lava. Okay. We are off to a wonderful start. There we go. Alrighty then, damage boost it is. Nah, there was no winning that one. There was no winning that one, which means we're just gonna have to get a mushroom. Boink. Doesn't matter, we're at the end. Boink. Would have been nice to come into the snake tower with power up, but it's fine. It's fine. It's not probably not going to PB anyways. Too many mistakes. We'll see. We'll see. Man, if only I had the fire, could damage boost my way across that one section. Unless... No, yeah, there's no... Do-do-do-do. Unless... I'm not gonna do it. Don't worry. There actually would have been enough room for me to do it. Surprisingly, there actually would have been enough room for me to do it. Interesting. We have been looking for new medleys of TLT FNAF songs. They made a 6 FNAF song called This Comes From Inside Me. But from what I've seen, no one has done any yet. Interesting. Give me that fire flower. Let's go. Ah, cool. Ah, he didn't ground pound, dude. Can't believe it. Downsides of a circle pad, I guess. Now I'm just blaming the controller. Now I'm just blaming my 3DS instead of myself. It was actually the clear problem. My bad. I know it's me. I know I'm the problem. You know what they say, knowing is half the battle. Got him. But I got more luck with finding covers and remixes of the FNAF 1 song. I found up to 400 plus now. Wild. Yeah, my favorite is the Electro House remix of Die in a Fire by 8-Bit World or whatever their name was. It's so good. Okay, this is still PB possible, I think. Just gotta play right. Gotta play correctly and not mess up. Speaking of. Thanks, Luigi. Appreciate it. Nice. There we go. Do 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 do. I believe it was called Electro House Remix or Electro House DJ or whatever. I don't know if it's on YouTube or anything, but I know it's on their Bandcamp. Nice. I'll have to double look at the Bandcamp page for what exactly the mix was called, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was, Electro House DJ or whatever. Do 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 do. PB is possible, just gotta not screw up, but let's play this somewhat correctly and not die. Let's grab the mushroom in case I goof up. Oh, yes, ma'am. Ah, nice, good. Almost screwed up. Amazing. If I play correctly, we'll be on the PB, but we'll see just how it goes, 'cause it's kinda slow. Ah, come on, dude! Let me have the trick. Ha! Dude, no way! I was so close! Well, there goes PB. That's garbage. I hit one of his back spikes, and I'm very disappointed. Okay, game. Thank you. 8-Bit Universe, 8-Bit DJ Stutter Electro House Remix. There you go. I knew something was missing. Whilst I'm trying to swear, this game is hard, dude. Ba 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 da da. But please just give me the gosh darn thing. Ba ba ba. All right, give me the trick. Give me the trick. Once again, I was too close to Bowser. Okay. Electro House Remix. There we go. I'm going to spell it out. I'm going to do like one more run after this, I think, because it is pretty late my time. Can you give me one gosh darn Bowser Jr. hop, please? I don't even know if the trick has a name. I just want it. All I want. Nope. Too close to Bowser Jr.'s gosh darn fat head. Oh, whatever. Da-da. By 8-Bit Universe. Yep. Alright, one more. One more good one for the road. 3, 2, 1, go.
Luigi. Huh? What?
They have 4 covers of Die in a Fire? Wow. I know there's the regular cover and then the DJ Electro House Stutter, but that's the only cover that I remember because that's my favorite.
Luigi.
Excuse me. They also did an 8-bit cover of Try Everything. And then a 8-bit version of Try Everything with the lyrics. Of course, I bought both of them. That's actually how I first found 8-bit Universe. I don't even remember exactly what I was looking up, but that's how I found them.
Yay for me, Luigi.
Yeah, I better be careful with the circle pad. RNG check number 1.
Luigi.
Okay. Oh god, I took off the circle pad. Well. Oh, it's because I broke the circle pad. Even better. Let's go. RNG check 2 is a fail. That's unfortunate. That is indeed a bust. Oh wait, I didn't need to do that. Give me that. I wish I was joking, but like actually no. It's broken. Where'd I put it? Here's the circle pad. Here's a piece of the circle pad that came off. So, nice. That explains why it was getting stuck. 3, 2, 1, go.
Luigi.
It's my fault. I chose to speedrun on physical
Huh?
DS, and my hands are not known for being gentle when trying to push hard on controllers. Oops. Oh well.
Luigi.
That's fine. I just gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. Ba-da-da-da-da. Nice. Oh, of course. That's when you give me RNG check 1. Of course. 3, 2, 1, go.
Luigi.
Ah.
Huh?
You're just drifting on the PS5? What the hecky, dude? That's wild. Why are PS5 controllers drifting?
Luigi.
Ba-da-da-da-da. all the slowdowns. Thank you, me. Nice, nice, nice. Had to wait an extra second.
Yay for me, Luigi.
Okay, we got the first RNG tech. Tech check. Teka-leka-deka. Second RNG check. Please. Not good. Oh, jeez, I almost died. Hello, hello, give me that. Dude. Lame. Nice. That'll have to do. Duh. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Me, Luigi.
Just gonna have to forward this track to myself.
Luigi.
Oh my god. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Ba 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 ba. That's not. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. 3, 2, 1, let's go, gamers. Ba-ba-da. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Do.
What?
Oh, no, that ain't true. Oh, no, they took it off? Bro. Alright, there's only one thing to do. Look at my wish list.
Luigi.
But through the browser. Da 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 da. 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 Da 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 da. Sorry. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Yay for me, Luigi.
Da 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 da. RNG check 1. Yo, let's go. We passed the RNG check. We passed RNG check number 2. Let's go. Do-do-do-do-do-do. 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 Please, dude, don't do that. Do-do-do-do-do-do, dude. Still have to work. Nice. That'll do. Ba 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 da ba da 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 da. My circle pad keeps coming off because I broke it.
Me, Luigi.
It tried to come off again. Ah. This is unfortunate that my fingers are not too gentle on the controllers when I am speedrunning. You know, it's just the whole thing, you know, when people are like, "Oh yeah, let me." Excuse me? What? There was actually just a tiny enough clip on my head there? Are you kidding me? 3, 2, 1, go?
Luigi.
Brother. Not happy about that one. Okay, let me see if it's still here. Let me see if I can still find it. Hold on. Whoa. So it still shows up on my mobile Bandcamp, but it doesn't show up on my, on my wish list on PC. That's wild. So I know I didn't buy it.
Luigi.
Can't tell how much force I use on things, so maybe I use my controller. I don't know. I don't know how controller drift forms other than sometimes the insides of the control stick gets dirty. I just know that the circle pad's broken because it's just literally broken and I broke a piece off of it. I goofed.
Yeah, for me. Luigi.
That is so fascinating. That is fascinating that I cannot find that song. I guess I'll have to find it on their YouTube. Weird. I mean, I have the song, like I said, it's still on my app. I can still access it through the Bandcamp app, but not the Bandcamp website. Yo, let's go. Another RNG check. Let's go. Do-do-do-do-do-do. 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 If you could stop doing that, thanks. Appreciate it. Nope. Yoink. Okay, well, no time save there. Nice. Probably lost time, actually, weirdly enough, but it's probably gonna break even just because we don't have to stop at the Toad House.
Luigi.
But hopefully I don't goof up this time. You know what's interesting? If you do that ground pound and jump fast enough, you can just just barely make it between those closing slots down at the bottom. I am not that good. I've tried it a couple times, but yeah, it's hard, man. I know they have the underground theme in the DS, but I'm trying to remember if it has the exclamation point theme in this game. The 1-1 theme. I do not recall. Dude, get up there. They do, yes. It's in the item house. It's in the Toad houses where you get the items from. Ba-da-da-da-da. Yeah. Bop, bop.
For me.
Oh,
Luigi.
look at that. Just for you, Wes. Just for you. A 420 clear.
Luigi.
Okay, I still feel like this World 1 could have been done a little faster. That's okay. Just gonna squish down on the D-pad there to make sure it goes down.
Luigi.
Ba 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 da beetle bottle boodle. Yeah, in the upper right corner, the time that was left on the stage was 420. I am glad I figured out how to navigate that section with the Koopa.
Yes, for me.
That
Luigi.
feels nice. It's like, it's time save, it's less damage to worry about accidentally taking. That's always good.
Luigi.
Should have jumped. Are you insinuating something about me and 420? Just the fact that you do, in your Discord, have a 69 420 channel. So... just that. Specifically just that. Nothing else. Nice. Nice. That's a very good emote from Joe Cow.
Yes, for me.
That's
Luigi.
very well done. He did good.
Luigi.
Go, Ouija! Ba 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 da 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 da. Ba ba da 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 da. Dang it, dude! Do 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 do. Hit a brick there, that's fortunate. Unfortunate brick hitting man just stops you back some time. Now I just gotta play so nicely and not hit on the line. Yeah, there we go. That is just a fine. We are done with this level. Let's go.
Me. Luigi.
Yeah. Blup, 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 blup.
Luigi.
Yo, the Hammerhead Bro's way over there.
Hiya.
Bonk. Okay. Nice. I remember that platform, like, always being troublesome when I was younger. Specifically that spot. Nice. Let's get out of here. One of the things that I love about this game also is that all the secret levels are super rewarding.
Luigi.
Like, when you find the secret way out, you're like, ooh, I found it. It's just very satisfying. Wow, okay, actually, this was pretty quick. We actually had, despite some weirdness. Actually, no, we didn't. Huh, you know, we didn't actually have, like, much weirdness at all in this run. This run was actually pretty solid. It was like almost a sub 9 world 8. That's pretty wild. I'll take that.
Luigi.
I will definitely take that. Nice. Nice, nice. Ah! I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm going into a secret by accident. Let's go. Good recovery. Good recovery. Dumb, but good recovery. That's what's important. All right.
Yes, for me. Luigi.
Amazing.
Luigi.
Go, Luigi! Luigi is my boy. Alright. Can I get the shell button switch and not look down at my 3DS to quickly blow something off the bottom screen and almost lose my shell powers? I can certainly try. There we go. Now I'm satisfied. Nice. Good. Ah! Okay. Okay. I'm slowly starting to figure out how people do that specific swimming room fast. That last one?
Yay for me, Luigi.
Well... You know what? It's our first fireworks of the run. It's fine. It's fine.
Luigi.
And since we're in the last world, no more firework effects can trigger. So that's good. 20 fireworks? No, please. Listen. No. Yeah, at least it wasn't 20 fireworks. Sorry, I misread. Missed the wall jump. Boom, boom, boom. And by wall jump, oh god. I keep forgetting the shell does that. I have to let go of the run button to not make it do that. Or to make it not do that. Ooh, I will take that. Now I have to wait a bit. There's actually a way that you can get into this little pole with the turtle shell, like going at turtle shell speeds. But I have not figured out how to do that yet, so I have not done it. Aw, dude. I could have had that. It's fine. Alright, let's get the fast Bowser. The fast Bowser Jr. But like the really fast one. I'm gonna try. Ground pound. Got him! Yes! Yes!
Luigi.
You gotta get him right before he's about to flip. Jeez. Okay. Really solid. Really solid there. Good, 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 good. We're gonna say goodbye to the shell now.
Luigi.
Might have to take out this hammerhead bro first. But we are saying goodbye to the shell. Oh, just kidding. Not this level. Next level. Next level we're saying goodbye to the shell. Oh, wait. No, it's this level. Okay. Alright. Well, I didn't mean to do it right there. But I guess it's happening right there. It's supposed to be at the end of this level that you get rid of the shell. But, oh well, I guess. Once again, my focus has just increased immensely on the swimming stage. Jorda! Jorda, what are you doing up so late? Hello? Hope you're doing well, Jorda. The C-stick is just gonna come off. Couldn't sleep? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yay for me, Luigi.
Jorda, I broke my circle pad. I'm doing pretty good. We got a huge, we got a 4-minute PB. With an actually nice finished run. So that's great. Get out of here, Spider-Man. No, speeder dude. So that's cool. Now we're just trying to get some more good times that we could have got. I don't need that. We actually could have gotten another PB twice now, but just some stuff and things happened that prevented it. The thing that I hate about that area the most, there's two things. The first is that they are never in sync in any way that is good. The second is that when they're going away from you, it always 100% goes away as you hit the wall, so you don't get to wall jump. You never get to wall jump because it's moving away from you. Just jump! Oh my god! I hit the button!
Luigi.
Ah! I am hitting all the buttons for you to jump, and you did not jump, and I'm very disappointed in you. Luigi, how could you? Jump, jump. Thank you. Frickin' having to play it safe. Gosh darn, dang diggity dang dong. And fireworks, of course. Now there's 6. Boo. Alright, whatever. We're still on decent pace. We're still on pretty good pace. Give me that. You can like get enough speed and then like slide through the hole and land on the whatever it is down there. Thank you. Anyway, now we just need to jump over Bowser here. Alright, good enough. I do not mind the damage.
Yay for me, Luigi.
Yo, let's go, Wes. Let's go, dude. Heck yeah, Wes. Yeah. Nice job, my guy. Wes, did you ever fix the doubt command? Nope. Ah, Wes, you know it's so silly. Give me fire fluor. Koopa. Koopa Paratroopa. It's actually Paratroopa Koopa. Gonna make it better. Oh, I am looking. I am looking.
Yay for me, Luigi.
I don't know why my nose just started to itch. It's really bothering me now. Thanks. Looking for what? No, it's a phrase. It's a phrase that basically just means I am interested.
Here we go.
Ah! I tried a little too hard there. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that. PvP is still possible, but shouldn't have done that. Yes, sorry, yes. This is the level that reminded you of Mario Bros. Yeah. Pop.
Here we go.
Jorda is here somewhere. It is true. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Humst. Ah. Minecraft. Minecraft. What level is this? Oh, this is the Hammer Bro level. Yeah. Yep. Sound effects go brr. Okay. That's fine. Take you out. Take you. Star. Give me star. Yeah, let's go. Jump! It's fine. It's fine. Fine.
Here we go.
Weird, but now I have a mushroom back up, so whatever.
Yay.
Oh, fireworks once again. That is 3 times. 3 times. 3 times. Crap. Please, nope. Ah, please. Please. Okay, that's fine. Feels like I've seen you play that level many times. Yeah, I have played this level a lot in the last 3 hours and 17 minutes. That is correct. You are not wrong in any way. Okay, snake blocks. We're on like a pretty good pace. It feels garbage, but like we're on a pretty good pace. Almost died again. Small Ouija is better than Ouija with no lives. Yes, I very much agree with that statement. Haha. Nice. Coin. Oh! It was almost an accident waiting to happen. Very nice. Do-do-do. Boop. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. 2. Oh my god, I don't know how I got that. But this is good. I have a fire flower, and I'm gonna get another fire flower for backup. Assuming I don't like goof. Good. Epic. Nailed it. Thank you, D-pad. Okay. Nice.
Yay for me, Luigi.
Okay, PB pace. Let's not mess up. What garbage. Baloney, even. Do 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 da 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 da. That is the first time I've ever done that specific jump and like not been burned. That I'm shook. I'm very shocked at what just transpired in front of my face. Oh, I don't even have to duck. I can just like run off there. That's wild. Yo, what up, Blue Haven? Hope you're doing well. Do 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 do. You maintenance your Tau module and it feels great. Let's go. I'm glad there are some more people out there that are working on like sticks and modules and things. Like it's really good for the community. Send me a DM. Epic. I am ready to look at it as soon as this run is over. Ba 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 da 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 da. Do 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 do. Oh my god, no, not again! No! I was accidentally hitting up on my circle pad. I even thought about it. I was like, this is a bad idea. Ah, nope. No trick. I can't seem to drop on Bowser's head from the back. It's really annoying. Oh, God! Get off! Frickin'! The circle pad was starting to come off, and it made Luigi face the wrong way. Huh! Don't care. PB, let's go. Stupid frickin' broken circle pad that I'm gonna destroy by accident. Okay, but we got the sub 30. Let's go! Updating that. Where are you, Nightbot? There you are. Let's go. This is really, really good. I am very pleased to see New Super Mario Bros. Get a much better time than what I've had. This is good. This is very, very good. This is promising. So I've got a 29-38 in New Super Mario Bros. A 48-49 in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Kind of gross if you ask me. And then a 28-44 in New Super Mario Bros. 2. I've got a 53, I think, for New Super Mario Bros. Wii U. And then Luigi U, I had like such a good run that died right before the bingo race. And I'm really disappointed. But this is good. I'm very pleased about this. This I am pleased with. Okay, I'm gonna just really quickly check something. Oh yes, that's the good stuff. Cool. Okay, well, that is going to be it for me tonight. I am looking very hopeful towards my New Super Mario Bros. Series speedrun coming up next Tuesday. It's in a few days because I'll be gone next week. And after that, March is going to be over. But 29-38. Let's go. Could have been slightly faster, but I gotta see how easy it is to repair circle pads. I can't believe I broke it. I'm just gonna have to replace it, obviously, but regardless. Let's go. This is a good run. Good night. Good day for speedrunnings. Let's go, baby. Alright, who's online? Who's doing what? What is happening? There's a lot happening. You know what I think we gotta do?